She got her own house. She got her own house. She got her own house.
Hey NACA family, welcome back to my channel. So you guys will not believe what happened to me. Let's talk about it. Okay, I know it's been a while since I've last shared an update on my own personal NACA journey, but that's honestly because nothing has been going on. I've been in the housing search phase now for almost 2 months, and it's been going unsuccessfully, at least until last week, or so I thought. And I say or so I thought because DR Horton hit me with the okie doke last week, okay? Let's just call it what it is. They pulled the rug right out from underneath me. So let me just rewind, start at the very beginning, and bring you guys up to speed of how I got to losing my contract on a house with DR Horton. So April 9th, around April 9th, somewhere around there, as soon as I got qualified, my realtor and I went actually to the office to meet the DR Horton sales manager in a particular community in a non-priority area that I was interested in. I was extremely upfront immediately about me using NACA. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I'm coming to the table with NACA as my lender. I'm already qualified. Here's my letter. This is, pretty much what my affordability is. So if we can kind of get me houses in between this range, I think we'll be okay. So the lady knew up front, day one, that I was a NACA offer. And so we pretty much went from there. I got added to a soft waiting list, and I called it a soft waiting list because at that particular time, I did not have to do a credit check. They did not have to run my credit to get added to the waiting list, but eventually they did. But I'll get to that in a minute. So I got added to a soft waiting list. So that day we went and toured 4 different floor plans. She told me that there were not any options for me to customize the house whatsoever. All that I could do was add the blinds, just because the materials that they have been getting in have been just so wishy-washy and up and down that it's just hard for them to commit to certain customizations and certain selections. So what they've decided to do going forward, which is not just DR Horton, but I've talked to other new build communities as well. So this is pretty much standard across the board now, at least from what I'm seeing in Texas, or Dallas rather, is that they are building the houses for you regardless of whether you like the brick, whether you like the paint color, the cabinet color, the countertops, whatever. All you have to do is pick out a floor plan, and everything else is pretty much take it or leave it. Do you want this house or not? So I toured 4 different floor plans, ranked them, 1 to 4. It's like, okay, go ahead and add me to your waiting list. And she said that she expected some lots to be released this summer around the June time frame. So I was like, okay, perfect. That's not too long of a wait. Left there feeling good. So pretty much it was quiet up until 2 weeks ago. She reached out to me and was like, hey, it's almost time for the lots to be released. We're looking at the beginning of June. So we need you to go ahead and get pre-qualified with our lender. I know that you're using NACA. She said it again, okay? I know that you're using NACA, but we just like to have an extra set of eyes on it. Okay, fine. So I put them off. I was pretty busy that week. And plus, I didn't really want a hard inquiry on my credit if I just didn't have to. But there was obviously no way around it. So eventually, like a week later, which was last Monday, I went ahead and just let them do the hard inquiry on my credit report, get my credit scores and everything. So she calls my realtor Tuesday. This was last Monday. I did the credit app. Tuesday, she calls my realtor and was like, hey, I think I may have a house for her. Something just fell through. It's one of the floor plans that she selected. And so my realtor called me and was like, hey, do you think you can get out there today? It's this particular floor plan. And I was kind of like, I don't know, because that floor plan, like when I ranked them 1 through 4, it was number 3 out of number 4, and number 1 was my favorite. So I was kind of like, I didn't really like the floor plan, but I don't know. And she said, well, it's a corner lot. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let me at least go out there and take a look. So I drove out there. Absolutely beautiful. Everything that was selected by the previous people that built the house were all things that I would have selected for myself. The yard was huge, obviously, because it was a corner lot. And the biggest thing was that it was within my affordability. And so I told my realtor, I was like, okay, I love the house, but, I want to pray on it tonight. And then I'll let you know in the morning. So she forwards me these emails from the DR Horton sales manager, like, oh, we really need to know tonight if she wants this house. It's going to be listed on the MLS tomorrow morning. I don't know when. So if she could let me know tonight, we really need to do the contract tonight. And so I told my realtor, I was like, no, I'm still going to pray on this. And if the house is not there when I wake up in the morning, then it just wasn't meant for me to get that house. So I prayed about it, got people close to me to pray for me that I made the best decision. And so I woke up the next morning. I felt at peace about it. I sent the DR Horton sales manager an email. It was like, hey, if the house is still available, I'm ready to move forward. So she got to work like ASAP. And it was like, pay your earnest money deposit right now. Pay for these bonds right now. Do you want these bonds? If you don't want these bonds, we can't do the house. I mean, it was just like so much, and everything needs to be done right now. Thankfully, I was on vacation that week, so I was, able to take care of things immediately. So I signed my contract around 10:30 that morning. And so I thought everything was a done deal. I was like, okay, this is great. I got in before they changed the buy down at NACA, and I can do the 0.25% instead of the 0.16. So I was feeling good. So around 4 o'clock, matter of fact, it was 4:11 p.m., my realtor sends me a text, and let me read it to you guys. And it says verbatim, hi, I got an email from my corporate office stating they will not approve the contract with NACA because NACA has a less than 50% close on time capture rate with us. And the home has to close in 30 days since it's finished. Can she go with DHI? The lender has a rate promotion for her for 2.99% and she doesn't have to pay for it. If not, we can't move forward. Sorry. I'm just like, how did this just happen? How was I even able to make it this far in the process before this ever came up? Like, you knew that I was a NACA offer. I told you personally. I've sent you multiple affordability letters for different properties, all the different floor plans that I wanted. You even said it to me the week prior that I know you're using NACA. So how did this happen? Like, why was this not communicated down the ladder to me? Like, this was just a complete waste of time. Okay. So I was just completely devastated on one hand. On the other hand, I was like, okay, well, I prayed about this. Obviously, it just wasn't meant to be, but that still did not make me feel any better towards DR Horton. And so I Googled, I'm like, where is their corporate headquarters? And it's in Arlington, Texas, which is a part of DFW. So I don't know if this is something specific to Dallas or specific to Texas or nationwide. I'm not sure. But just share this video with everybody that that's using or looking at using DR Horton, and let them know that they are flaking on NACA, okay? My realtor did get clarity because I was like, well, this has just been a complete waste of time if they no longer are using NACA. I just got my credit ran for nothing. Like, all of this waiting around for a lot to come open has all been for nothing. But she did say, and by she, I mean the sales manager for DR Horton, said that they do still allow you to build with NACA, but since this was considered an inventory home, it needed to close in 30 days, and they are not doing any extensions on closing for inventory homes. So that's why they decided to not allow NACA to be a lender to be used on inventory homes. But again, you can still use, as of the time of me recording this video, which is June 2021, you can still use NACA to do a new build with DR Horton. You just can't use it on inventory homes as it stands right now. And like I said, I don't know if this is something specific just to this area or not, but still just share the video. But I guess I would say the silver lining in this is that, it happened so quickly. I didn't even have time to tell people, because that would have been completely embarrassing had I told everybody or posted on Facebook or something that I finally got a house and then had to go back and, you know, delete the post or text people back or whatever. Or, you know, like what if I would have texted my landlord and told him like, hey, I won't be renewing my lease in July. I'm under contract for a home. Or what if I would have started to register my child for the new school district? I mean, I could have done a number of things had this happened over the course of a couple days instead of a couple of hours. So thank God for that. That this did happen so quickly. I did not have time to make a mess that I would have had to clean up later. But I also learned not to get my hopes up until I get the countersigned contract back from the builder or the seller. Just an FYI, guys, until the ink is dry, don't talk about it. So learn from my mistakes. But thank you so much, guys, for listening to me vent. I really wanted to share this update with you guys just to put you on high alert. I know it's pretty well circulated that DR Horton is a NACA friendly builder and that people automatically go to them as their first option when they're researching new build communities through NACA. But just beware of this new change that has just occurred, at least at the time of me recording this video. But if you know anyone else that has had a similar experience, please jump down in the comments and let's talk about it. Also, let's go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. It takes a village. Cheers.